Plaintiff Maria Luckett says when she was 13, she gave birth to a little girl and was forced to give the baby up for adoption. Maria claims less than a week ago, she made contact with the defendant, who she believes is her long-lost daughter, and they're here today to get a DNA test. Defendant Coetha Drayton was adopted when she was 3 months old, and at the age of 10, her adoptive father shot her adoptive mother and then turned the gun on himself. Coetha has been searching for her birth mother since she was 18, and she hopes a DNA test will put an end to her search today.
All rise. This court is now in session. The Honorable Judge Greg Mathis presiding. You may now be seated.
All right, we're here to determine the DNA. And you over there crying already?
I know.
Yes, ma'am.
It started when I was 13 years old. I found out I was pregnant. I didn't know I was pregnant because I didn't know anything about the birds and the bees. My sisters, they cornered me and told me I was pregnant. I was about 6 months. And they told me I had to tell Mama because that in order for the baby to be healthy, I had to have vitamins and stuff. I don't know. But I told my mother, and my mother was mad at me, but she couldn't do nothing about it. But she said with that, we was going to have to give her up for adoption. The day I had her, I seen her in the delivery room. They wouldn't let me hold her. But the next day, a friend of mine came and visited me in the hospital, and she told me she seen her in the nursery. So we went around there, and I got to see her. And that was the last time I seen her. And like, I've been looking for her since I've been 18. I've been searching for her, but the papers were sealed. So I had no way.
Until you became an adult, or until she became
No, they were
an
sealed
adult?
up until last. She can tell you that part. They were sealed up until last year.
Okay.
But like, I celebrate her birthday every year, April the 15th. I've been celebrating her birthday the last 42 years. And like, she's my only child. I don't have any more kids. And I always wanted to be a mother.
And it was only last year that you all came to believe?
No, she called me Saturday, this past Saturday. And she contacted my cousin on Facebook because she lives in Dallas, Texas. I live in Indianapolis, Indiana. She contacted my cousin and stated that she was adopted at the age of 3 and that she think that I was her mother. So I called the number and told her my name, and I asked her birthday, and she said, April 15, 1977. And I knew then that she was my daughter.
I'm kind of speechless, and particularly knowing that you all only discovered this a week ago.
Yeah, it hasn't even been a week.
So I'm glad you all came to us. I tell folks, we do more than just have fun and joke on this show. We inspire people, we help change lives, we help put families together. So let me hear from you.
So basically, I was put up for adoption. I was adopted when I was 3 months old. I had a good life. I was the only child then, and when I turned 10, I lost my parents.
How?
My father shot my mother, and then he shot himself. There was no anything that led up to me thinking that that would ever happen. I mean, they had their regular married couple arguments, but nothing ever got physical.
You never heard anything later, perhaps? Discovered something later in life?
My auntie told me that my mother was leaving my father, and she was taking me with her. And I guess he didn't like that answer. I ended up moving with my grandma until she passed away 3 years later. When I was 13, I went to stay with my aunt, and I stayed there until I graduated from high school.
Then where'd you go?
I went to college for like a year, but I ended up getting an inheritance from my parents when I turned 18. So I went to college for a year, and then I didn't go back. The money probably lasted me like 3 or 4 years. I ended up with a house and some cars. I tried to do some grown-up stuff, but I just, I forgot you got to have a job so you can keep money coming in.
All right. And life has been all right for you since that time?
Yeah, when I turned 18, I started looking for her. I had paid a detective like $500 to find her, but he only came back and told me stuff that I already knew. There was no name that came with it, so he was like, if you give me $5,000,
See.
I can find her. And I'm like, I'm not giving you that type of money. I'll just look for her myself. So I signed up with registries over the years.
Yeah.
Just went on to a different adoption sites that I would find, putting my name out there in the year I was born. And then in 2017, my cousin called me to let me know that then Governor Pence had made it to where we could have access to our medical records. And so I filled out the paperwork for me to get my adoption records. So I received the records on the 27th of September. And when I seen her name on there, it said Marie Luckett. And so I looked it up on Facebook, and her name didn't come up, only another Luckett came up. So this person came up, and I actually know her. So I inboxed her, basically told her the story, and was like, do you know Marie Luckett? And she was like, yes, that's my cousin. And so I wasn't expecting it to move that fast. So she called me, and she was like, hi, my name is Maria Luckett. And I was like, hi.
Wow.
I didn't really know what to say. So then she was like, what year was you born? And I was like,
Yeah.
April 15, 1970. I couldn't even get the 77 out. She was like, 1977, oh my God, I was 13 years old. I'm going to make you give you up 77. And I was like, okay.
That is so mean.
But I think her main thing was she didn't want me to be mad at her.
Right.
Like I told her, I never grew up being mad at you because you were so young at the time. You were a kid yourself.
Right.
And so it was always love for her, even though I didn't know her. And I would always ask God, like, why do you not want me to meet this lady? Like, why is it so hard for me to find her? And she was always right there the whole time.
We was going to the same beautician.
She used to live like a
She
street
goes
over from
skating.
me.
I was going skating on Sunday nights.
Yeah.
Both of you were going to the same skating rink on
Yeah.
the same night?
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
And both going to the same hairdresser.
Same hairdresser.
See how God works?
See, that's what I said.
He kept you in
That's
your
what
lane.
I said. But I always knew that I was going to meet my daughter.
He kept those spirits together.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
Throughout the years, he kept those spirits. He said, I'm going to keep those spirits together. 'Cause
Yes.
one day those spirits are going to seek each other out. You have any other children?
No, I
you
have no
said.
kids.
How about you? Do you have any?
I
She
have
has
three boys. They're
boys.
19, 17, and 3.
Yes, and Judge Mathis, if this is my child, will you please send me out there for Christmas to meet my kids?
Yep.
To meet my grandkids?
We're gonna go a step beyond that. I'm gonna do Thanksgiving and Christmas. How about that? Thanksgiving and Christmas.
Go and get the.
Whether it's your children or not,
Thank
you all
you.
look so much.
And then I wanted to show you this picture.
Whether it's your daughter or not, you all look so much alike. You can lie about it.
This is my
You can lie
mother.
and say, yeah,
This is my mother.
just kidding.
And she looks just like my mother.
She sure does, and you,
Yeah.
and you. Sure does. Your mother?
She passed in 94.
Now, you gonna bring her to Indiana, or you going to Texas?
I'm coming to Indianapolis for Thanksgiving because I haven't been home and nobody.
Yeah, so can she come home for
Right.
Thanksgiving?
So I
and
want
go
to come
there
home for
Christmas?
Thanksgiving. She wants to come for Christmas.
Now you're a travel agent.
Hey, no, for real though. I want to be with my family so bad, Judge Mathis. I've been waiting for 42 years for this to happen. I've always wanted to be a mother. And now I'm a mother and a grandmother. I'm just so...
Give your mama a hug. Here go the proof.
Baby, I love you so much. Oh, baby, I love you.
I'm happy because the search is finally over and
Yes.
I get to actually build a relationship with my mom.
Yes.
So I'm excited.
I am just so... I just want to thank God for this reunion. This is my baby. Jesus. Don't y'all put me on TV all ugly crying. Okay? But I want to thank Judge Mathis for this reunion and for him sending me to Dallas to meet my grandkids. Thank you, Judge Mathis.